It's Korea against Chinese Taipei in match 16 today from the pool of death, Pool A. 3 of the top teams in a pool of 4. And South Korea were absolutely on fire earlier, demolishing Japan 36 points to 5. And their crowd was extremely happy with that. Chinese Taipei, well, they went down 47 points to 5 to Hong Kong, and they are going to face a mountain here, as Johnny Walters has got this team spitting tacks. The Koreans, they'll be looking to go one better than last leg, where they finished up 3rd, won the plate, beating China in the plate. Whereas Hong Kong went on to play Sri Lanka in the cup final. Here's our referee, Just Wang from Singapore. Taiwan finishing up in 7th spot in leg 1. And look out for players like Jiang Song Min and number 7 Jiang Yong Sik and Kim Sung Soo, especially in number 9, scored 6 tries in Hong Kong, and he's been instrumental today in a few tries. I thought he was only a 15s player, but he's made the transition to 7s. Here he is with the ball now. There he goes with some beautiful footwork. Look at this huge man surging forward as Han Kun Kyu. How can a big man run that fast? Wang is after and brings him down. That's a good tackle. And on hand is Park Hang-yul for a try 20 seconds into this match. And this crowd are very happy.
Well, I love seeing big men run, and Han, away he went. He almost got there as well. His legs, he kept looking, he said, where is he, where is that defender? And he knew he's right on his tail. And that probably slowed his momentum and speed down, because he kept looking over the right shoulder. Look at that, see? He looks then, again he looks, then he looks. You can see Huang from Chinese Taipei in a lovely sense to pop the ball and continue the momentum to Park, who is backing up nicely. Great start for Korea.
Incredible start. Andre Colquillard hears off after this one. Spent some time in the bin in game 1 for a clumsy challenge. But he is also one of these stars of the side. Here he is now with the ball. Here goes Park again, the try scorer. Shows it, goes it, gives it away. Could have gone himself, and 90 seconds, 2 tries. If they keep playing like this, they will be unbeatable in this event. They've got an extra spring in their step. It's a scruffy old attempt, but it's over. So it's 12-0 South Korea against Chinese Taipei.
Number 9, Kim Sung-soo has completed the converse hit and scored 2 points.
Away we go again, the big man Han, he's all over this match with a take. Here comes Jiang Song Min, they won't stop him. He is an absolute athlete, this man. And he's loving his time in front of the crowd.
Has scored a try and scored 5 points.
Laser back well, didn't he? And he was there on that short blind side, and he didn't need any prompting. Jiang, he has a look at 3 cover defenders for Chinese Taipei, and Xiang Lu was a little bit cheeky, giving him a nudge there, the number 9. Well, they've got the drums out and the clapping's going on here. If you've just tuned in to Asian Rugby 7 Series in Incheon, Korea, and the home team have got a nice little buffer going. with a lot of energy and attitude behind them too, after they had a pretty big game grand over Japan earlier today. That was a big upset, 36-5, and Hong Kong can continue. Oh, here we go again.
Kim Yon-soo, they had a free kick from the halfway for the late challenge on Jiang Song-min after he scored their try.
And scored 5 points.
Well, Kim, out of nowhere, as you say, they had a chance straight off the kick-off, the free kick, and they convert, and the crowd love it.
This is a try a minute. It's absolutely raining tries here, and they are running back to halfway for the restarts.
Well, Coach John Gillett has certainly been working them hard. They look fitter than I've seen them for some time. John Walters, rather.
Here they come again, Korea. This time it's Kim Song-soo, and this Chinese Taipei defence has got no answer. And that's 5 tries in 5 minutes.
Well, John Gillett is actually the strength and conditioning coach. And our ground announcers are, I think, the most excited they've been all day. And certainly the Korean Rugby Union committee and board off to our left in our commentary position, delighted with the progress so far.
John Walters came in earlier this year, took Korea to the Hong Kong Sevens. They didn't even have a strength and conditioning coach. He spent 3 months just getting them into shape to play rugby in the Rugby Championship in the 15s, and you can see the effect that John Gillett's had on this team. They are absolutely fizzing.
They are indeed. It's the fittest I've seen them for a while.
Up goes Han again, bats it down, but it went a little bit forward. Says Just Wang from Singapore. So Chinese Taipei, who probably haven't touched the ball yet.
They haven't.
They've been chasing shadows.
Big shadows. Quick shadows. Disappearing shadows.
They have.
People forget, Grant, that Korea are in the top 8 in the world back in the '97 World Cup in Hong Kong. That's how good Korea can be. They've been there before.
They have real athletes, don't they? Big, strong, quick men.
Lots of ticket too.
Chinese Taipei now scored a try against Hong Kong, a nice try through Huang, number 7. They'll be looking to get a bit of momentum here because they just haven't really, they've missed a lot of tackles. But
well, that was a shame. Forward pass looked a little flat. Of course, always, if you want a good indication for those who are learning about our great game, and look at the wrists and the hands and the direction that they end up in is what referees look for, and whether a ball has gone forward or not when those line ball decisions.
Kim Song-soo.
Substitution by South Korea. Number 9 is substituted for number 10,
Lee Jae-bok, another one of the 15 stars, is on.
Yeah,
good scrum from Chinese Taipei.
Yep.
That's a pig's dinner, and Korea are going to get it. And
they've stolen it.
Well stolen.
Well, that was harsh. I thought he came through the ruck fair and square there. Wu for Chinese Taipei there in screen.
Here is Lee Jae-bok, fresh on, gives it off to Kim Nam-uk.
Was that a deliberate knock on?
Just a regulation knock on, and that'll be half time. 31 points to 0. Insane 7 minutes of rugby from South Korea. And Johnny Walters and Johnny Gillett,
they've got to be pretty happy with that. That was a great start, that opening half. Chinese Taipei, not the team of old. They very physical and prominent they were in the 15-a-side and the 7-a-side game back in the late 90s, early 2000s, in the top 4 rugby nation of Asia. Always a tough game. Here we see some highlights, and we see that first try there by South Korea through Yang down the short side, and that was the free kick by Tsiang Lu, who got Korea the ball on the halfway at the restart, and then from there they scored another try and sailed under the post. It was nice and easy by Kim, Young-soo Kim, number 6, and then followed up again, this time with Sung Sol Kim. He got 6 tries already in the previous leg, and they're pretty relaxed about it, Korea. You can see there they lead 31-0 at half time. Nice and tight, always a good indication of how much a team's playing together and happy how they're going and how much they want it. Whereas the Chinese Taipei circle looked a little bit dejected, which is understandable. And how they respond now in the second half is will indicate what sort of team they are.
Well, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, Justin, but I'm already licking my lips about the semi-finals tomorrow. We'll be switching over to rugbypass.com for the final 10 matches. But this side here, South Korea, are destined for the semi-final at least. They got tripped up 3 weeks ago by Sri Lanka, but they look like a different team today, and they could beat anyone with this sort of form. But we shall have to wait. We've got more rugby ahead of us. 6 more games, 8 more games today, 14 tomorrow. Join us, will you?
Well, you make a valid point, Grant, and while Malaysia and Singapore are getting better, but so is Korea, Hong Kong and Sri Lanka. There was a great final on the Hong Kong leg. Sri Lanka have continued to impress everybody. They've just appointed a CEO out of the Kandy Sports Club last Monday to the Sri Lankan Rugby Union.
Here come Chinese Taipei now with a rare chance with the ball, and they're going to get out of their own half just. They play this very direct sort of rugby. They like to take it straight into contact. The Koreans won't mind that at all.
No, they don't mind the rough stuff, the Koreans. Well, that looked forward.
Very flat, wasn't it? That's definitely forward, and now Andre picks it up and
trouble.
They just have to stay.
Here's a big man. He's got 2 or 3 still going. Look at those legs.
There's an extra bit of energy in everybody's legs and white down there.
Oh, that's what we like.
It's
the kick.
Look at the kick, and just jogging after it goes Kim Hyun-soo. He just has to pick it up. And I was going to say, it's easy to be complacent once you're that far ahead. You've got to keep your structures and your systems, otherwise it can get a little bit crazy. And there we saw some Fijian type 7s there. 36-0.
Well, that was pretty to watch. That was almost Fijian-like.
Yeah.
Through the legs, kick, pick it off the deck without even losing a stride. Great skills, and a comfortable buffer by Korea as they get the conversion. Look at this, look at the big fella here, Jang. He gets upended.
Wow.
And he goes to our number 8 in the far side as a bit of a technical issue on our replay, but then the kick came and away he came through.
He jumped into that, and he's going off now as Jang.
Yes, and Jun Hong Yu coming on. Number 4, he goes to the fast touchline.
It's a quality restart from Lee Jae-bok.
Good clean up by Jae-bok Lee there, number 10 on the deck. Got back well.
This is Lee Song-bae on the field. Fires out a bullet there to Lee Jae-bok. Here goes Han again. He wants it. He has got eyes only for one thing, and it's the goalposts. And that's just reward for a lot of hard work, explosive work from this big man. Denied in the first half. Wouldn't want him running at me in a dark alleyway, Justin.
You'd like to avoid that, wouldn't you? And Han Kung Kyu, really good performance. He's been impressive. Look at that. Tough, hard customer. I've always said, you know, part of this great game of ours in Asia for 23 years, and if Korea, and they are moving in that direction, get organised on and off the field, they will be in the 15-a-side World Cup within 12 years. And sevens. And let's hope they get back to where they were. There's lots of talk of them improving. Look at that. Big strides, just goes around the Chinese Taipei defender.
Coquillard gets in there, makes a nuisance of himself, and Chinese Taipei now scurry away with this. They'd love to get on the score sheet here. They're in a very tough group, they are, with Hong Kong, Korea and Japan. There's no one even near their standard. They might give Japan a run though, the way they're playing.
Yes, that'll be a good game. Just going to see how the pecking order settles after that one. But this is a very different Korean team, even from the one from Hong Kong a couple of weeks ago.
Just the one player coming in though, and that is 12, Lee Seong Bai, but I know what you mean in terms of the way they're playing it. There's some very lazy work from the base of the scrum. Just a chip pass out to the first receiver. Good show and go there now. Surging forward comes Ho. Ho gives a loose one. Chang picks it up on the bobble and gets nailed by Kim. So we'll come back.
The Korea are getting back in defence, Grant. That's another thing I like. They're doing that quicker than they were before. There was about 4 of them back there ready to pounce on that ball. Yeah, as you say, there's only one change that's come into the team, but they just seem to be much more composed and patient with the ball.
Here we go with something different. That's going to go too deep, is it? No, it's holding up nicely. Oh, it looks like he scored. Yes, he has. And that's wonderful work. Chinese Taipei could have gone either way. He spotted the gap. Beautifully weighted kick, and a dodgy bounce beats 2 Korean defenders who are actually smiling about it. Not much they could do.
Came out of nothing, really. There was just a kick that had some nice height and elevation on it, and hang time, as they say in America, and he ran his heart out. And look, there's 2 Korean defenders there, and the bounce just goes back inside, and we can see who it is. I think it's number 11.
Chang Lun Wei.
Chang Lun Wei, and he beat them all and got a try. Well
Good
done,
on them.
Chinese Taipei.
That's right, they've had to soak up a huge amount of pressure.
Just as we say that, they kick out on the full.
They've got their 5-7. 45-7, final seconds. There is Mr. Huda.
It's always a good indication too, isn't it, how a team responds after they've scored or been scored against on the restart, and they didn't capitalise then. Gave Korea the ball and they're attacking straight away.
They want to bring up the 50. It's Lee Seong Bai, number 12. The only inclusion in this second leg. This is Yu Jun Hong. Puts the knee down in, and it's a lovely chop tackle from Chinese Taipei. And they've earned themselves a penalty off the back of a very committed tackle there. Going to the Huda, Chinese Taipei. Lovely to see. Why not? Let's run out from our own dead ball area. Here they come, Chinese Taipei. Can they finish with a second try?
Look at the Korean defenders coming back though.
Look at this from Shi Pinyi. And hats off to Chinese Taipei. They've played to the Huda, made a tackle on the Huda, and then gone 90 metres. And that's what rugby's all about.
Great response, Chinese Taipei. You're under the pump. There he is, the try scorer.
Number 3, has scored the try.
There's Shea. And they ran from their own post, they ran from their own goal line, and they've got a reward. And that's a good sign of a team that wants to continue and have the attitude to play despite overwhelming scoreline.
There it is, folks. The final game of this batch of men's games. South Korea 45, delighting their home crowd, 45 points.